Oh boy, well, let's hoping that the Fairy Spirit really pulls you out of this one, because boy oh boy, yeah, I don't think Acnologue is taking any of your bullshit today, especially like Fairy Tail. Like, you've got at least a month left of chapter-wise to deal with this threat, and from both sides, at least what this chapter's going from, is seemingly that it's pretty goddamn going to be at least a tough fight, and at least that they're going to be screwed, and they are really going to have to pull something out of their asses on both sides of the front right here. So let's get into 542, as it's pretty much just called Acnologia doing what the fuck he wants. So we did able to get another colour page this time covering issue Fairy Tail 0, and there is more to the letters now. We have got MA and so a lot of the people that have still been catching up and all that, seeing what the message is at the end. Then you've got some more stuff to add into the end of this. And throughout the entirety of this chapter, it was kind of 50-50 for the most part of like, let's focus like half of our time with like the Fairy Tail group like trying to distract him, and the rest as well trying to focus on Acnologia in the spiritual realm as well, which I'm kind of like, I would rather focus more on the Acnologia with the Dragon Slayer side, as we're not seeing too much like what they're doing, because like a lot of this chapter was mainly just them getting completely just fucking destroyed, like for the most part. Like, you're seeing like Dragon Slayer just swinging left and right from the most part, and even it's like Lars just tries to go in, does his magic, it doesn't do anything to him, he just drops into the ground. Like, even the fact that someone like Cobra as well just gets a full-on boot by Acnologia, and he's like, this is just already just messed up my organs already, and it's just like, I can't like bite the dust just yet and all that, you know, I've got things to do and all that, I'll do anything to like protect like whatever I have left on this earth. And it's like, he's got his friends that they're actually on stage, and he's like, I've got to pull this through, and everyone's like realizing that, you know, they've got something as well. It's like, we've got to pull this through, and just Acnologia is just laughing at this, and it's just like, you know, come on, this is our last dance, Acnologia, let's go. And it's just like, we haven't even started yet. Like, when he's like, just from how he's describing, he's like, he's just fucking playing around, he hasn't used any of his moves, and now that the fact that we've got like a whole month left to kind of focus on this stuff, I'm kind of like, there's not too much that I've seen so far and all that. Like, I would say like, oh my god, it's a fucking epic fight like that. We'd just be honestly seeing him like wiping the fucking floor with him. So I'm hoping like namely that like next couple of weeks we're going to see a little bit more of him kind of going in, using some techniques and all that, and everyone trying to like fight against him. And with like what we got to see as well, like focusing on like the whole side in the real world, we see the fact that we was able to find out how to learn Fairy Heart. That was one thing that we was able to learn already from that, like as Lucy was able to grab the books, as like the guild was getting completely fucked up, and we find out that Acnologia in a sense in this world is kind of working kind of like on a sensor, like where it's just like he's just gonna follow wherever like the highest like magical like is, and like even with just instinct working on his own, he is already like trying to blow up everything and all that, like whatever like possible. So there is some sense of something in there, like is the hollow shell of Acnologia. It's just this wild just animal for the most part, but like even still it's like, you know, it isn't like with him with his full intelligence. So it sounds like they're gonna try and trick, and it's like whole thing was like, we're gonna get him on one of the ships that Alvarez had, and that went immediately to shit because he just immediately did the same like Starfall like technique that he did last time, and he just annihilated like practically half of just Magnolia alongside with the entire port. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised where it's like, guys, you kind of need to be pulling something out there, you know. We're going to need to be pulling something out of the ass right about now. Like, that's what you're going to be needing, because that's where it's looking right now. And, like, definitely the chapter, like, the whole point of it was really just to, like, just show despair. And it's like, how are we generally going to be able to stop something of this threat? And, personally, while it's like, it does do some good for this chapter, and it did show, okay, we are advancing the stuff with the Fairy Spear stuff, and we already kind of knew what it was all about. Like, you know, like, somehow, like, holding hands as cheesy as is was one of the things that they need to do, like, right at the end and all that, like, where that was somehow to, like, trigger Fairy Spear from what we saw from Tenrojima. And the question is, though, I kind of want to see, like, if anything and all that, I think it's alright showing the first part and all that, like, all the Fairy Tail guys, but I think, personally, I would rather be looking at the 7 Dragon Slayers versus Acnologia than the one that we're seeing kind of in the outside at the moment. I know both of them need to be dealt at once, but then again, it's like we had such a limited time. I would rather focus on the fight that, like, you know, that's been set up for a while for, like, Natsu and Acnologia, than, like, all of Fairy Tail going against it. It's a little bit weird, I know, to say that, but it's like, I guess it's appreciated than just seeing one little page of them fighting outside, but still, I feel like it should maybe be 70-30 or at least 80-20, like, for the most part, of like how much attention that you want to have on him. But other than that, I actually did generally enjoy the chapter and all that. I felt like there wasn't too much to talk about with this week's one, but overall I thought it was a decent one and all that, and hopefully, you know, what we get with the last month of chapters and all that is hopefully going to be good. We'll have to wait and see. But that is all from me. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys though next time.